help for me to smile. Nobody can see.
Let's see, let me get. Hi, everybody. We're going to wait a couple minutes to let everybody get here.
Excuse us?
If you want to put in the chat, if you want to put your name and say hi to everybody, you can do that. Hi.
We were just wondering, we forgot how to change your name. Because we're, like, how do I add her name? Like, how do you change your name on here?
I like to see your faces, but it's an option. I see some. So we've got Haley and Riley and Annie and Cora.
Hello.
And Nancy. If you want to go ahead and say hi in the chat, we can everybody get a feel for who's here. Okay, I think we've got 13 so far. We're going to wait just another minute and see if we can get a few more people in here.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Okay. We still have a few people coming in, but I think I'm going to get started and just keep an eye on things here. My name's Miss Pam, and I work at the Lyon Township Library, and we thought it would be fun to have a Halloween craft today that also had something to do with a plant. So we got some of these little air plants. Now the one you have might look like this. It might look a little different. We had kind of a little, yeah, I see them. Awesome. Some of them have more of a thick base and just a few leaves, and some have a lot of leaves. But I want to talk a little bit about how to take care of these before we get on to making the craft. They're very easy to take care of. And in your kit, you should have gotten a sheet of instructions. But if you want to soak them in water about once a week for about a half an hour, even twice a week's okay. But if you don't remember, even once a week is good. Soak them for about a half hour. All these little white, you can see tiny little white hairs on them. All those little white hairs are all absorb the water. So you want to make sure they've gotten a good soak. I like to use distilled water or spring water or water that's come through a water filter. Like if you have drinking water coming out of your sink, that's the best to use because it doesn't have so many minerals in it that could clog the little pores of the plant. And if it's really dry and hot, you might want to give them a little mist from a mist bottle using that same kind of water. You can do that. You could actually do it every day, but most people don't remember. So if you want to give them a little mist in between his little baths that you give them in when you soak them. Sometimes people want to fertilize them. There's a special fertilizer just for this kind of plant. And but a lot of people don't ever fertilize them and they do fine. But if you want to fertilize, get the kind that's made for bromeliads or air plants. And don't put as much in as the directions say. You just want to do it about half strength or even less. Now you don't want to put them in direct sun because they can get a sunburn just like people can. But they like bright light, but they don't want the sun directly on them. It's okay in the window, like if you have them in a windowsill, if they get a little bit of sun, like in the morning, but you don't want them to get blasted with sun all day. And they also do well under grow lights. So if you have any plant grow lights or even like little fluorescent or LED lights, I keep some on my countertop at home. And the countertop has, under the cabinet, there's little LED lights, and they seem to do just fine under there. You can put them outside in the summer, but you want to bring them in once it starts to get cool at night. But and they do really well, like in a kind of a semi-shady area in the summer. So that's enough about that. If you ever have any questions, you can always, hold on, I gotta get a couple people in here. You can always email me or come into the library and ask, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. So we've got a couple more people joining us here, and then I'm going to switch the camera down and we'll start doing our craft. Might get a little drink of water. So while we're waiting for the last few people, in your craft, in your bag, you should have your little air plant. And this is called Spanish moss. And you should have a little bag of that. It looks like a ball of cotton, but it's really a spider web, artificial spider web. And some kind of little tombstone. This one's kind of a pointy one. Some of you have a round one. Yeah. A couple of little skulls. A couple of little spiders. And a spooky hand. The hand is, if you want, I found that it fits better in our bowl if I trimmed a little bit off the end. So if you're not a grown-up, you might want to ask for help for this. But I just took a pair of scissors and kind of snipped it off. And it made it a little shorter and it fit better. And you can make it as tall as you like. So I got him ready for later. You should have some of this, it's called floral putty. That's helps some of your things stick in your, and then a bat. And most of you got a little pumpkin like this. When some people that signed up later, I had ran out of everything but pumpkins, or I ran out of pumpkins, but I had everything else. So we might, a couple of people didn't pick up their bags. So if you didn't get a pumpkin and want one, just shoot me an email and I'll give them as many as we have to the first few people who sign up or who email me about wanting one. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera down. Oh, let's get this person in. I'm going to flip the camera down now. If you get motion sickness, you might want to look away for a minute because this is going to be kind of rocky till I get the camera where I need it. This out of the way. Okay, now the first thing you want to find is, I got to get my bearings here, is your little tree. And it's got a little base on it that you want to screw off. And take off the little nub. And then you put your tree, I'll find the camera, put your tree into the base. Okay. Okay, I've lost my putty. Where did I put it? Everything laid out here so nicely. Okay. Sorry, folks, a little technical glitch. Maybe I hid it under my keyboard. I think I have another one in here. Sorry, I lost my putty. Isn't that weird? Okay. Okay, here, take some of your putty. You can, I'm going to use, I'm not going to use all of it. And take your putty and put it on the base of the tree. So it looks like that. And then take your tree. I'm kind of putting it toward the back of the saucer, the black saucer or brown saucer, whichever they make. And so see, that'll stick it on there, so it'll stay put. Now with your tree, those little branches are bendy and you can kind of move them back and forth, kind of like a little bendy doll. And so they don't look, it's not so flat. You can see how I did that. So find your tombstone and take another piece of your putty and put it on the bottom of your tombstone. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I need some light. That helps a little. So you've got it on the bottom, and then kind of place your tombstone. I put it kind of over, kind of next to the tree. So he kind of stays put too. That putty keeps it in place. Now, get your bag of sphagnum moss. Oh, I found my, stuck to my bag. Oh, take out your moss, and you can kind of take it and take it apart a little bit, kind of fluff it up. And you can put it around the base of your your little tray. Now, if you think you have too much, you can always take some out. You can kind of, you can just tear it off. Okay. So yeah, there's almost a little too much in mine. You can kind of squish it down. Keep it all in there. Now the next thing we can do is find your spider web. This is just a little piece. There's way more in here than you're going to need. You really only need, because when it pulls apart, it becomes very webby. And I kind of played around with this, and you can put it kind of in your tree like this. You'll probably end up with a lot of spider web, so you can make another web somewhere in your house. I'm sure your mom and dad would love that. And you can put a little spider in your tree. You've got 2 spiders. So you can put your spiders in your tree. They look much bigger when I You can also take some web if you want and kind of have it go from like the tree to the tombstone. You can cover things up. You can have that web going everywhere if you want. You can put as much or as little web on as you want. I think I'm going to cut a little bit more off of the hand. Now you can take your hand and you can, well, let's put our little pumpkin in there first, so we know where we are with everything. Your little pumpkin, you have the option if you want the pumpkin inside of your thing, or you can set it to the side, whichever you like. But what I think about the little pumpkin is you could set your little air plant right down inside of him, and he looks kind of like he's got a spooky stem sticking out. There we go. Or if you want your plant to just sit in the moss, that's okay too. You can make it however you like it. I think for mine, I'm going to put him inside the pumpkin. Put the pumpkin right there. And put my spooky hand up next to the pumpkin. And then you can put your little skulls anywhere you like. And the little bat has a little adhesive strip on the back of him, or her, might be a girl bat. And it is Bat Week this week too. So if you like bats, this is your week. Now with this, you could put it on the side of the pumpkin. I just kind of put it on the side of the dish. How you doing? I'm gonna maybe take this down, kind of give it a side view. Now for you, oh, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we still have a couple of people just joining us. We're just about, oh, look at that. Great job. I like seeing, oh, cute. Now you have enough, you probably have extra web and you can maybe make another craft with that. I'm going to put my camera back up here. Actually, maybe I'll put it back over here. Sorry about that. I'm going to, so I'm going to have a recording of this, and tomorrow we'll put it on and send you a link to it. Everybody who signed up will get a link if you want to watch it over again. Some of you, I think, just came in fairly recently, so if you missed it, it's easy, and we'll put it back up on YouTube so you can watch it. But did anybody else want to show theirs? Good job. I'm going to go over the care instructions for the plant one more time because a lot of people have come in since I did that. It's on, you should have gotten a care sheet in your package, but if you didn't, or if you just want to go over it again, they're air plants, but they don't live off of air. They do need water occasionally. So soak them for about once a week, maybe even twice if it's hot and dry or the heat's on in the house. If you forget, just do it when you remember. They're very forgiving, but they can't go long periods of time without having some water. So give them a little bath in filtered water or spring water or distilled water about once a week, and you can mist them in between, but don't put them in direct sun. But everything's on the care sheet. They're really easy to take care of. But I'm going to show mine one more time with the camera. So I hope you had fun making your spooky Halloween garden. Hey, nice job.
Hey. Thank you. Thank you.
I enjoyed seeing
that,
your
Mommy?
faces, and I enjoyed having those whose faces I didn't see on too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for joining us for the Spooky Halloween project, and you have a great rest of your evening, okay?
Thank
Bye.
you. You too.
Thank you. Bye. And thank